Sheesh, you're gonna die.
Give me 1 second, because I still have tears in my eyes.
He's dying inside.
You have a grumpy face by default.
Man, I don't even live here.
Do I remember my keys, or am I just stupid?
Oh, I don't like how this is going.
I think it's for dummies.
God, I smell dog shit.
Well, it's 6 p.m., guys. You want to get this started?
I guess we could get this started.
Okay.
Yay.
Just wanted to find out if you guys want to do it.
You can go ahead and introduce it.
Okay.
I know you're dying to. You gave us a look. You're like, man, and I saw
Yeah, I've been
your eyes.
purposely, I haven't looked that direction
I
in
saw
probably
it
a couple
burning
minutes.
behind his eyes. He's like, man, I just want to
It's
introduce
right
this.
there,
I haven't
right
got
there.
to do it in a week. So.
Welcome to Absurdity
No,
Podcast.
no,
Hard
no.
needle drop.
Gone. Bye.
Steal it.
Welcome to another episode of the Absurdity Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Absurdity69. Check us out on YouTube at Absurd Entertainment. Go subscribe to the Patreon. Search Absurdity Podcast. Welcome to the show again. I thought I had something else, but I didn't.
Even ready.
I was ready. I just thought I had more.
Gretzky is denied. Choked on the open net.
So I'm Cameron. Hello.
Hello.
So yesterday I threw my dog a ball.
Okay,
Say it
threw your
through
dog
my
a ball.
dog.
I know it seems a bit extravagant, but it was his birthday and he looks great in a tuxedo.
Oh,
So-
that one, you know what? I like that one. That one was a good one. I
I
am
appreciate
proud
the
of that
twist.
one. Yeah, I appreciate that one. Better than the fucking stables turning. Fuck that.
That was great.
I haven't even thought about it.
I mean, I didn't think about it the whole week until I went back and listened to the episode today, and then he said it again. And I was actually more upset this time when I heard it than I was.
Did you
the first
forget
time I
about
heard
it? You're just like,
yeah,
yeah,
because I was able
we
to block it
won't
from my
get
mind.
fooled again.
It hurt.
It's
It
like
hurt.
the dad joke that like plants its little ninja bomb, and it's like the once you hear it again, you're like, damn it.
No, take a D12 of psychic damage.
Yes.
We'll get him next time.
Yeah, we will.
Hello, everybody. It's Jake here. Did you know that Jack Daniels died from blood poisoning after injuring his toe kicking his safe in his house?
Say what?
Jack Daniels
Yeah,
Daniels
the
died
Jack
from
Daniels.
blood poisoning after kicking his safe and injuring his toe.
How did he get blood poisoning?
It's a blood infection.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
blood infection.
Like it's like once that happens, you're done.
Yeah, because it just circulates. Like
Yeah,
you're
it's like-
done.
Yeah,
it goes
it just
quick.
spreads.
Yeah.
You can't know.
That's
like-
how he died, poor guy.
But that's the thing is like he broke it and just was. I mean, when did he die though?
You know what? I didn't look up when he died.
What were the wonders of medical science at the time of Jack?
Not great, apparently.
Probably
Well, he was probably
Well-
drinking a little Jack Daniels just to kill the pain and didn't even realize
Yeah,
to go to the
probably.
hospital.
Yeah, I mean, they probably didn't really know a whole lot about blood infections. back
October
then.
9th, 1911.
1911.
Oh yeah, not great
They
medical.
probably just gave him more Jack Daniels and be like, you'll be
they're
fine,
probably
homie.
like, yeah, put some leeches on it. Drink
Yeah.
this Jack Daniels.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. What up, guys? What up? I am DK, and I have learned over the past, I'd say since Thursday night.
Thursday night.
I thought, getting older, being 32, the past few years, I really can't operate on sleep without sleep. Like it
Mhm.
just was a thing. But I managed to operate well, and I mean very, very well, from Thursday till Sunday, with an average of 2 hours of sleep a night. And
I think that's just like you get into a point of psychosis.
yeah, and that's the thing. I had to drive back home from Norman, and I don't remember the drive home.
Yeah.
At all.
Yikes.
And then, didn't sleep. It was just one of those things. So I learned that I still can pull off the superhuman robot when I need to do it. But
What's the recovery like?
Sunday I slept literally from 11. Okay, I went to bed at 11 a.m. Woke up at 5 p.m. 8. Went back to bed at 7. Woke up at 6:30 this morning. It was good. It was necessary.
Nice.
So as long as I set one day aside, it's fine. But it was, oh my God, it was
There you
it was a blast of a
know
weekend,
that
guys.
feeling well.
Man, it was a blast of a weekend.
I haven't pulled one of those in a long time.
Yeah, there were times where I was worried. I was just like, I don't know if I can do it. But I did it.
Like even when I'm like hanging out with friends and partying, I'm still in bed before 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and then I sleep until like 8 or 9.
Yep.
Once you get past the point of like actual exhaustion and you get like this second surge of energy,
Yeah, you're
it's like
just
the
like-
best feeling because you're like, I don't know what this is. And you just keep going. You're like, this is weird. Like, why do I feel so good right now?
I'm
And then you hit the
invincible.
second crash. And then after the second crash, you get another surge.
And then you go on a murderous rampage.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Until you get a day of rest. Yeah.
yeah, you got to get that day of rest.
And
in.
then it's a day of rest. It's
But that was
just
the
like,
thing,
I'm
it-
not moving.
Oh man, because that was like I had opportunities to rest in between there, but I would also just inadvertently, because I was so tired at that point, like I would stop by a gas station and grab a Red Bull or grab a yerba, and I'm like, oh man, I could have used these next 3 hours to nap.
No.
Nope, we're up. Let's do more things.
Well, and here's the thing: is like if you would have taken those 3 hours to nap,
I
yeah,
felt
it
shit.
probably would have just shut you down.
yeah. But and I mean, there was a lot to do this weekend, and that's why I was cool with it. Like if
Yeah.
it was one of those ones where you just like stay up, and it was not fun, like you were having to move someone for 3 days, which I've done, and it sucks dick. Or
Yes, it does.
yeah, or just a long drive for 3 days that just sucks dick. But there's a lot of fun to be had, so it was
You
worth
feel
it.
proud at the end.
No, yeah, it
You're
was
just
like
wow, I
good.
knocked all that out.
Yeah, I was like, man, I was super social with a million different people, and
Hell
it was
yeah.
great.
And it feels good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's my little fact. I can be a robot.
Yeah.
We also have it in us.
Jake, how's your week?
If I can be entirely honest, I don't remember my week at all.
Oh.
It was such a week of emotions. I lost a desk.
Lost a desk.
Lost a desk.
You
Like,
lost
did it run away or?
Oh, in a sense. I mean, one of the legs did fall off. Yeah, so in a sense.
Well, the thing is you're supposed to microchip those desks, so when they get lost,
Yeah.
No, I just do that to my mask. So
Oh, okay.
I ran out of
Your GIMP
microchips.
mask or?
We don't talk about that one.
Hmm.
It's just the balaclava. It's fine.
fine.
But no, so I was drying my clothes in the washer.
Washing
'Cause
your
what
clothes
I
in the
do.
washer? Drying your
No.
clothes in the
I'm interested to see where this story's going because I don't know how a washer and a desk go hand in hand, but
We'll get there.
It's just
We'll
like
get there.
it's
We'll
like
get there.
it's just like a
I'm here for
tumbler
the
washer.
journey.
Like
Okay.
it doesn't dry. It just spins.
Yeah, okay.
So I was drying my clothes in the washer, and this desk that I had spent like maybe $100 on, like cheap desk. You've seen my desk.
Yeah.
It's a cheap desk. Well, this one day just wasn't having it, and the vibration of the washer drying clothes made one of the legs fall off. And with that came the monitor, the microphone, the headphones, the keyboard, the mouse, a glass of whiskey, a camera, a little bit of weed, a lot of hopes and dreams, an ashtray, a lot of things.
Just a lot.
so how's the whiskey? Is it fine?
I lapped it off the wall. It was
There you
fine.
go.
Okay.
We've been there. At least you weren't drinking hand sanitizer. That's
No.
all I got to say.
It's true.
No. But yeah, I was really upset because once again, I lost a couple of things.
The monitor. How many monitors is this in the past 3 months?
Yeah, no kidding. 3. Yikes.
Since I've come home 6.
Well, this is 3 months. That's 3 months.
That's fair. Yeah, so I was upset about that for a day, and then I realized that, I can just sit in bed and wallow with a bag of junk food and my laptop, so it was fine.
It's fine.
I played a lot of like really weird, not weird, like RimWorld and a bunch of like top down.
Rim
Like-
World.
RimWorld's one of the
I got nothing. I don't
how
know.
do I even describe it?
It sounds like a
It's a base building game.
okay. It sounds like
it's a top
analingus
down.
for a second.
A lot of those games too, probably.
click now. This game will make you come in 40 seconds.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. So can you confirm or deny? 40 seconds?
That's probably my average anyway, so
Oh,
I really
damn.
don't know.
Okay, so
It's not fair.
okay.
It's not fair judgment.
He's one of the outliers.
I did run. I don't know. Was it last week? I think it was last week that I ran 10 miles. I had gone off work and I went to Planet Fitness, and I did like a really hard ab workout, and then I just had the sudden urge. Like so a lot of the times, just a song comes on, and it's just like I have to go for a run now. And like it was the second day of the cold front,
Mhm.
so it felt amazing.
Oh yeah,
Like it felt so good outside. There was a nice breeze, and so I just like put in my earbuds and I ran from Planet Fitness to Claremore Lake to the top of the hill of RSU and then back to Planet Fitness in these $10 shoes from Burke's
Mama said these my special shoes.
that provide no cushion. So for like 4 days, every single one of my toes had blisters on.
Oh no!
Nice.
Oh my God. It was so on the way back down the hill. I was like, ow, 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 ow.
I've made a
And
mistake.
at that point, you're like, Shit, I have a long way to go.
That was my exact thought as I sat down at the bench, like
Uh-huh.
by the park next to RSU. I
This
sat down at
is
the
why
bench.
I don't run.
No regrets.
That's the exact reason I don't run.
A dude who had come back
Not
from prison,
excited.
that's like one of my coworkers. I was telling him like, yeah, I try to run more now. He's like, I don't run unless I'm being chased.
That's the only time.
It's the only time.
It's
he
fair.
runs. And it's apparent. He's a big guy. It's
Mhm.
apparent.
So it goes. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I mean, my calves are still recovering from that. Like my left calf hurts so bad still.
Take a salt tablet, sit in the shade,
Mm-hmm.
eat a banana.
But it felt good. It felt good to go for a run. I was surprised I could go for that long. Like
Mhm.
I just kept going, and at one point I was like, "This." Like
This
I had the
really-
thought of like, "Oh my god, I have to go back now." I had that thought when I went to Claremore Lake first, and then like,
That's why treadmills are amazing because you're already there.
I went back to Planet Fitness, and I kept working out at Planet Fitness, and they were like, we have treadmills." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's such a nice day.
Mhm.
Like I'm not just going to run in this ambient air room with the AC not on. I'm going to go outside and go for a run in the breeze."
I'm gonna reenact the Rocky. Just run up steps and just punch at the top.
If I could have found some steps, I would have like gone up some stairs.
There's steps at RSU.
It's the eye of the tiger, baby.
Yeah, but I didn't want to go like.
It's like, the tiger,
I
baby.
didn't want to go into ours. God, shut up, Peyton.
I know. That's why I texted you about it. I know.
I still haven't watched any other episodes
I know.
since like episode 50.
I'm not happy about it either.
I feel like Peyton's dead. I don't want to talk about it. 'Cause I haven't watched it yet, so we're not going to talk about it. Anyways, how was your week?
Yeah, how was your week, big guy?
After Monday, it sucked. Or Tuesday, whatever day it comes out.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
But
after Tuesday, it sucked. Whatever.
Dude, that emotionally wrecked me. It
I
really
know.
did.
It was like,
Now I have to watch.
It was
yeah,
like-
you need to catch up because
God
it's something that we want to talk about, but we can't talk about.
God damn it.
how else are we going to get all these listens?
Yeah,
We got to
exactly.
talk about it.
We got to fanboy a little bit.
I'm just avoiding any emotional distress.
Ooh,
Oh,
man.
Now I
man.
have to
not
deal
worth
with it.
You're going to have to get into it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh,
It's a lot in a couple, it's like what,
I'll start-
2 episodes? 2 or 3
I'll
episodes?
start listening to it on the way home tonight.
Oh,
Because I'm going to stop by gas. I want to pick up some junk food tonight.
Like, what
too.
episode was the last episode you listened to?
They just got to Ron's dad, and like he was like they were just talking to him because they bound him and like forced him to tell the truth or something. Like
Is that the Ron Brain episode?
it's like
Yeah.
it was just like
So
it was,
episode 62?
like they were just they forced him to answer what was inside the chest or something.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
that was,
then they let him go into the chest or whatever it was. Well, he had his hand on it, and like they were about to fight. Like I think they're about to fight him.
That was the one where they go into Ron's brain, right?
I think it was like, no, because that's the one where they went and found that little cottage out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
like
it's before they go into
they just got to Ron's
Yeah, I
dad, and
think
like
so.
Ron's dad was about to like instant kill one of them, and they distracted him, and like, but he and,
was
and
it
like
was it the goblin these nuts?
yes,
That okay, so you
and
are
he was
a
about
little
to
ways
instant
back.
kill him for that.
Yeah, yeah.
You have a
Yeah,
lot
I
to catch
know.
up on.
You got a lot of
Yeah, I
stuff to
know.
do.
That's why I
man,
stopped.
there's
I
a
need to
lot
get-
of emotional.
That was like what, like 55, or was that
Yeah.
in the 60s?
I don't even think you're in the 60s yet.
No.
I think it was like
you're
50,
high 50s.
53, 55.
Because oh man, there's
Yeah.
some episodes that
Not ready for it.
it'll be good.
I don't wanna
It's
cry.
good.
Sheesh.
I have to be in a position. I'll binge it tonight because I'm going to be getting junk food. So I'm going to just binge and cry and eat junk food
Get a pint of Ben and
like the
Jerry's
bitch I
Yeah.
am.
and a bottle of wine.
Yeah, it was.
I do. I have a bottle of I have a bottle of wine. Yeah, there we go. I
I
actually. have
literally
one.
text him in my exact words, in all caps. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and I hadn't listened to it yet, so I
Alright.
ended up like
Yeah.
powerless. I even was listening to it because I usually listen to music when I'm working, just because like it pumps
Just
me
gets
through
you
shit.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I don't really listen to podcasts at work, other when I'm like driving at work. But so I listened to it like the rest of the morning, and I was laughing, and then I was laughing, and then I was not laughing. Not at all.
Yeah.
But
it
then I was laughing
yeah.
a little bit, but still,
the way it
I
all
thought they
the
were
way
done
it
by
all
now.
happened made me laugh.
yeah.
I like it's just felt like so long since I've listened to an episode. I just felt like they were done by now.
No.
they have,
So surprised they're still going.
I bet they've got
Three-
two or
three.
three more episodes. I bet three more
Okay.
though.
Then yeah, I'll suffer through it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I haven't finished just because like the ending I know is depressing, but this one I'll finish through.
I mean, then you know the ending's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like when they finish it. Hopefully they don't just
Hopefully.
kill everybody.
But it's a possibility though, like because it's still Dungeons and Dragons. So like
They're in a much better position than they could be in, or they're not in the best position, but they're not in a bad position with some stuff that has happened with some character traits that have been played out. Like,
Because I feel like where I left off, they're in a very, very bad position.
no, then
Like
yeah,
they have like no abilities. It's even worthwhile.
no, it gets
Okay.
like because you haven't got to where they're setting up for the fight. Because in the setup for the fight, the final fight, they each get some pretty cool shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they still haven't accessed their actual dad.
Yeah, you
powers
haven't
yet.
you haven't seen them access the latent dad powers.
Their dad power.
That made me so laugh so hard.
I'm
Which
excited.
Sailor Moon.
I'm excited.
I was very happy with that because I was just like, oh, they're thinking of me.
It was so funny. Oh man.
I'm
But
ready.
yeah, after Tuesday it sucked because of that. But okay, we record. This will come out a week after we actually. I was very happy when it came Sunday night because
The Rams,
my Rams beat the Buccaneers, beat the number one team in the
fuck Tom
in the-
Brady.
yeah,
Fuck Tom Brady.
the first 3 quarters of that game.
Fuck Tom Brady.
The first 3 quarters of that game, we made him look like he didn't know what he was doing out
Good.
there.
He's a fucking ass clown.
And then one of our
Clown of
linebackers
asses.
literally hit Gronk so hard it took him out of the game for a little while. Like they like speared him, and
He's
like
a big boy.
and he like they showed the
I would
slow
assume so.
mo
His
of
name's
it.
Gronk.
Well, his last name's Gronkowski.
But still,
Oh,
you would
I thought-
assume
I thought
with
literally just some
Gronkowski,
dude
he's a big name. Just
Gronk.
Gronk.
Yeah, but like he caught a ball and a dude like just came up and speared him.
Oh.
And you could see like they show the slow mo and you could see the pain in his face.
Was
So
it the
he-
back?
He got hit in the ribs.
Yeah.
And then he landed on his other ribs.
Thud.
I remember playing football and just see there was just one tackle where like one of our wide receivers just jumped up,
Mhm.
caught it in midair, and then just like movie scene full on spear
No, this
in
was-
the ribs, and he literally legs kicking, holding his something like.
No, this was he caught the ball and right as he turned around, our dude was boom right there.
Oh,
Dude, that's why
that stuff
like
hurts.
I always wanted to play tight end, but I didn't because when you play tight end,
You get
you catch
murdered.
those dumps literally
Mhm.
right in the middle. You have 3 linebackers behind you, and you're not looking at them, and you're going to get hit in the ribs, and you're going to get hit in the back every fucking
You're
time.
going to get murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're asking for it.
But those ones that you do catch and you make through, they're worth it because
Yeah.
like Gronk's a beast.
Yeah,
Like
he's a big dude.
yeah, like being a big tight end like that.
But the linebacker that hit him was equally as
Yeah.
big.
Man, imagine getting hit by a linebacker that big.
And he was like, it wasn't like, oh, I stopped and then started going. He was already in motion when the ball was going to him. So right when he turned, it was full momentum.
Oh,
Full
can't
momentum.
stop
I'll
me.
see if I can pull that video up here in a little while.
nice.
But it was brutal. But yeah, then we're here to
we're here
today
today.
record.
Best
So,
day of the week.
Yeah,
On a Monday.
I was very happy to record today.
Today hasn't been a bad day.
I'm pretty
honestly.
excited to record today, and we'll get into it here in a minute. But
Yeah.
I'm very
Today's-
excited to record.
Today's a
today.
good day.
Yeah.
I had a very nice day. Today. I'm just so
How-
ready
it's
for
your
it
turn.
to
What-
It's
how's your
my
week?
turn. My
Yeah.
week, man, guys.
Yeah.
My week was great.
Hell yeah.
I didn't have to take a bunch of medicine that made me shit my guts out.
Nice.
Always a plus.
That's a huge plus.
Didn't have to get a camera shoved up my ass, which that
Yeah, well,
Pros and cons. Pros and cons.
Some
That's
weeks it's
kinda
good.
boring.
Yeah, sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's nice. So Thursday night I went down to Norman to see my godchild and her mama, and that was great because I hadn't seen my godchild in like 4 months, and we ended up. She got to stay up late and party with Uncle Cameron for a while.
Of course.
So we stayed up until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And then I stayed up later, much later than that with London afterwards. And then Friday came along, got to play Uncle Cameron and take Ever to school. And let me tell you I know all kids can make things take time, but this girl can make things take time. And more. But got her to school on time, everything like that. Then London and I went to the climbing gym and climbed for a couple hours, came back, and then got to go see the holy grail of podcasts, in my opinion, everything that I think a good podcast is. And one day we will be ourselves.
Yeah.
The last podcast on the left, wearing my merch right now. It's not absurdity, but I'm gonna plug them here anyways.
Might
but
as
not
well.
really plug
Plug
them. I don't feel like it's plugged, but it is.
I think it's only a plug if you're bigger than them.
I'm not bigger than
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
physically, well, they have one guy
Physically.
on the podcast who's like 6'7", 300 and something pounds. Yeah.
Yeah,
the other
I'm
guys
5'5",
are
160.
small. Well, there's another guy who's like 5'5", 100, or like almost 200.
I could
He's a
take him.
little guy. Yeah, you can take him. It's Henry
could take him.
Zabrowski. He might use magic on you though. Like he'll use chaos magic and jizz on you.
You know what?
And then my
I'm
favorite,
He'll like it.
Chaotic neutral. Yeah.
my favorite character, who I'm going to try my favorite person on the show is Marcus Parks. He does like the research and he like presents all the stuff. And I'm going to try and channel a little bit of him today. But they are a true crime, occult, whatever weird podcast. And I went to a live performance of theirs and bought VIP tickets and got to, usually like if it wasn't COVID times, they do a meet and greet and you can give them gifts and everything like that. So we didn't get to do that, which was a bummer because we had a gift for them.
Use an 8-ball cocaine.
Yeah, pretty much. But they did do after the show was over, all the VIP members got to sit around for like it was like an hour and a half and just do a Q&A. And so they just passed the mic around to people in the crowd and they were asking questions and they, gave funny stories and like it was like what serial killer or like what series, because they do like serial killers and they get into really, really deep detail of what happens.
Yeah.
So like some of the questions were like what series really fucked you up like mentally and emotionally, and what ones were like your favorite ones to cover, and what like it was really cool to get more insight of them. And then went out in downtown Oklahoma City and bar hopped until bars closed and went back to Norman. And then Saturday woke up, drove back home, went to one of my best friend's birthday / housewarming parties and drank a whole lot of booze until about 5:30 in the morning.
Hell yeah.
And then Sunday I slept and now we're back to here. Back at the podcast.
It is a beautiful time.
Yeah, it was
Back at
beautiful.
our podcast.
Back at our podcast. The podcast that really
the
matters.
podcast.
The ones that I'm happy that y'all listen to weekly.
Yeah.
But if you want, to listen to some weird shit to get a little bit, to know more about what I like, check them out.
There you go.
But yeah, that was my week. It was pretty good.
Listen to their podcast, get information, relay the information to us.
Yeah, so we can be better about
Yeah.
Yeah.
about what
So
I'm
we can
going
be
to do
better
here
than
tonight.
I would like to eventually get to a point where we could do a live show like in front of people.
Oh yeah.
Like that'd be cool.
No, yeah, that's like that was one of their like when they realized that they had like made it at a podcast, it was like 2 years ago. And that was when they started doing touring and stuff like that. Where like they're like, dude, this is it. Like, granted, they each have Henry Zabrowski, he was on what's that Superstore show. He has a show on or he had a show on Adult Swim called Your Pretty Face Is Going to Hell. He's like a comedian. He does acting stuff too, but he's on Last Podcast on the Left. And he's on another podcast. And then Marcus Parks, he does Last Podcast on the Left, and he does another one called No Dogs in Space, which is a music podcast. And he goes through and breaks down like deep, detailed histories of artists and does the series like that. He's just really good at research, and that's what he applies his stuff. And then Ben Kissel, the big guy, he's got a political commentary show called Abe Lincoln's Top Hat. And it's actually really good too. It's he was on Fox News for a while. He did some campaigning work for somebody. I can't remember who it was. But he's got a poli-sci degree. That's his other thing that he knows on. He's the uninformed like person on the show when it comes to the Last Podcast stuff. Like he's there just taking the information in like the audience members are.
Yeah.
But he's very informed on Abe Lincoln's Top Hat. But that's the other thing is like I've been approached by other friends who are like, oh, so you do a podcast? I've got this idea for a podcast. Would you be interested in doing a podcast with me? And I'm like, if you want to. And it's weird as just how many people are like into wanting to do and I'm like fully encouraging everyone. If you've got a podcast idea, make a podcast.
Yeah.
Get your art out. I mean, it's not art, but it's art. Get it out.
Say not everybody has to have like this layout is a very like,
this is a very just walk in the door. Have fun with
walk
it.
in the door default like just three guys chilling talking about shit. No, like a podcast can literally be fucking anything. Like,
well, and you can do a podcast by yourself.
Yeah,
like you don't have to have.
You can literally just talk about music you like.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you love music, you can just talk about music. I wouldn't say you could critique music, but you could talk about like different styles, like how you like this style or this style comparatively. Like you could have something for anything. You can make a show. Like it doesn't have to be sitting down. It doesn't have to be commentary. It can be a show. Like you can make a show. Exactly. You could do so much shit. Like
one of my favorite podcasts.
So easy.
It's called Episode 1. It's a comedy podcast, and the entire show is the first episode of a fictional podcast. So they just come up with like a wacky,
like a prompt.
Yeah, like a goofy, like they're goofy. They're like, some of them are just like someone explaining. One of them was like, I think it was like hipster music, and like they were each playing characters who were like just asshole, like I'm better than you music taste type thing. They just do. I
like that stuff.
They do. It's like I said, it's called Episode 1, and each show, which they release shows pretty regularly, each one is like the first episode of a fictional podcast, and it's just like it's just fun idea. And
I really appreciate shows that like. I love when people are just like they're just so good at like instantly come like just hitting off of somebody. I love listening to that. It's just like the creativeness. I'm just like, yes.
No, it's just
so good.
So if you like anyone at home, I mean, if you're listening right now and you've got an idea to make a podcast, do it. It's not hard. I mean, it might be a little intimidating at first, but at the end of the day, you did it.
It's fun. Just get started on Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast.
Anchor,
easiest way.
Yeah, Anchor does
has so many tools for you guys.
It has so many tools.
Crazy. There's an ad coming up. Crazy.
Right here.
Hey guys, it's the Absurdity Boys here to talk with you today about Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain real quick. First and foremost, it's free. No cost. Free? Out of your pocket, nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Secondly, there's a ton of creation tools that are out that, oh my God, I'll have to fix that part. So
absolutely not. Keep going.
There's a ton of creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer.
Wait. You can do this while you're pooping?
You can do it while you're pooping?
You can make a podcast while pooping?
A pooping podcast, if you will.
I mean, as an example, we did one in a truck, so yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
But yeah, so you can do it from your computer, so while you're at home, there you go.
There you go.
So pooping or at your home, on the job, anywhere.
And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more.
So even if it's like on some crazy like third world country like thing, you can put it there?
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I don't know about that to be specific, but actually...
Don't quote us on that.
Don't quote us on that.
But you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
That's perfect for guys like us with zero listenership, honestly.
Yeah.
I listen, but I think I'm the only one.
It's everything you need and more, all in one place. So make sure you download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Get started.
Get started.
Do you mind if I read a couple news stories before?
Yeah, we can read a couple. Okay. Yeah, totally. Let's get those out of the way.
So, breaking news.
Breaking.
It's not really breaking. This comes from Thursday, September 23rd.
23rd, last Thursday.
Bixby first grade teacher arrested, accused of making child porn with her husband.
Child porn with her husband?
A first grade teacher at Bixby East Elementary School is accused of producing child porn with her husband. The FBI arrested Heather Bycroft Wednesday. Investigators said they have video evidence that shows Heather and her husband, Jason Bycroft, making several pornographic videos, some of them involving children just 6 years old.
Oh, what the fuck?
The investigation into Heather and Jason started when a Broken Arrow police detective got a tip that there was child porn on Jason's Dropbox account. The arrest affidavit states once the officers got a search warrant for the account, they found multiple videos of children performing sex acts.
God damn.
Yeah.
I just want to talk to him.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
He just needs to. He needs a punishment far more sinister than what I can dole out. But man, he is
6 years old. Like,
man deserves some Chinese torture.
That is,
it's disgusting.
I mean, just ruining the innocence of a child. He
is straight up. He's a fucking monster.
Yeah, I mean, that that kid's gonna need a lot of therapy.
Oh yeah, and even with a lot of therapy, that might
not
Yeah.
be fixed.
you might not that shit might not shake out after
No.
that. That's fucking
No, I can't.
Both of these people deserve
People murder lane their life because they got molested as kids.
No, these people in Bixby, Oklahoma, from
Mhm.
last man. I want to know how long that's been going on too. Like,
Look at the
'cause
singer
with
Lincoln Park.
with several files of that. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that means it's more than one kid. Because
Yeah,
if
they
there's
said-
an age range, it's more
Yeah.
than one kid.
No, they said multiple videos
yeah.
in his Dropbox.
In his Dropbox, man, imagine being caught up. What it was like, he took his fucking laptop in because I got viruses on my computer, some shit like that,
Yeah.
or he sent the wrong link to somebody.
Hunter Biden.
Just a bad time, man. God
Yeah, imagine
damn.
imagine you just having a casual day and then you get brought up into this shit. Be like,
Oh,
well, now
Like-
I got to report this and now I got to be in this big thing.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't
working
ask for
like
this
fucking
shit.
Geek Squad or some shit
Yeah.
like that. Dude. I don't know how
Imagine
to
if you have a
respond to that
kid
with
and then
just
you
other than
find
disgust. Like
Yeah.
just utter
Yeah.
disgust. And give me some good news, baby.
So, haunted house actor accidentally stabs boy in foot with knife at Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds.
Why do you have a real knife?
Admitted to police that using knife was not a good idea.
Probably at the end of the day, not a good idea.
Homie, props.
This is out of Berea, Ohio. At haunted houses, the blood, knives, and spooky monsters are fake, but the frightful fun became all too real for one Brook Park family after one of the actors got a little too into character at a haunted house in Berea last weekend. The officers were called to
It's
the 7
Johnny.
floors of hell haunted house at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds at about 8:15 p.m. Saturday for a call of a male stabbed in the foot. Officers spoke to staff members and learned that an 11-year-old boy there with a family friend suffered a cut on his left big toe. What? Sorry, I don't.
Why is he going for the? Where is he that he's going for the feet?
He might have been like one of those grates that he like walked on, like he was underneath.
Just stabbing up like a gremlin.
So
Witness-
it was like 7 floors of hell.
This was yeah.
I want to know how many of those hell are the David S. Pumpkins character from SNL. Does that go
I
over your
don't-
head?
yeah,
Oh man, that one's so good.
Oh.
Witnesses told officers that one of the roaming outside actors at the haunted house was using a large Bowie knife as a prop to scare people. They said the 22-year-old actor identified
Yeah, that
as
made me nervous.
22.
Christopher Pogozelski was
Fucking
scraping
Chris.
the knife on the ground in front of them, then began to
Okay.
stab the ground at the boy's feet when it went through the Croc-style shoe and cut his left foot.
Oh.
Got the Crocs, man.
Crocs.
Karen Bednarski told News 5 the 11-year-old boy is her son, Frank.
You named your son Frank.
Frank, your toes back in them Crocs. Mama, I can't. It's on the ground. Frank, I don't
Frank, where are
care.
your Crocs?
I don't care. Don't you get no blood in my car, Frank.
Oh my God. Why would you name your kid Frank?
It's 2021.
Right? Like, he was born in 2010.
Maybe his name's like
Franklin. Yeah.
It
No, his
just
name's
says Frank.
Frankenstein.
His name's Frankfurt.
But then she, not only that, she took her 11-year-old boy to 7 floors of hell.
Uh-huh.
What's your 11-year-old doing there?
Maybe they did think it was going to be David S. Pumpkins.
She said he went to the 7 floors of hell haunted house last Saturday with his sister and family friends with hopes of having some good scary fun.
Ooh,
But
scared
she
bitch.
says things turned just plain scary when they encountered one of the actors outside.
It went from scary to traumatic.
Oh, and she says I'm highly upset. Well, duh.
Yeah, I mean, your son got a stabbed foot.
He got his big toe stabbed.
But I mean, the toe's still there. It's not like
Yeah, I'd be a
I
little
mean, he-
nervous if
yeah,
someone's coming at me with a Bowie
he
knife.
might get a blood infection like Jack Daniels, though, in his big toe.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
Jack
are
Daniels
you
was
right?
60.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who's right?
Jack, he
I don't
was
even know.
65.
I mean, yeah, true.
He was an old.
He's an old man.
And
probably
I mean,
drank
he
a lot of
made
Daniels.
he made whiskey, so he probably
Frank
wasn't
is a
his best health.
65-year-old man's
I
name.
mean, that
so-
is true. It is
We look
true.
at me, it's like just like a small
Like,
65-year-old man.
I can't get over it. Like, this image is in
what
my
are you
head.
looking
Is an 11-year-old, like what? Probably about this tall
What?
No, shorter.
for
Oh
audio.
my god! No.
11-year-old?
How old's your daughter?
8? And she's like this tall? For audio listeners, I'm really helping you out.
Yeah. The
11
average
I'm-
11-year-old
I'm
height.
being like slightly shorter than me. Like slightly shorter than me to be an
Yeah.
11-year-old. So
Yeah.
like 5'4", 5
5 foot, maybe.
I don't
5
remember
foot.
how tall I was at 11.
But all I can think of is because you haven't hit puberty.
No.
So, hi, I'm Frank. Hi, I'm Frank. Hi, I'm Frank.
No, I just imagine 11 years like, hi, I'm Frank.
No, he hasn't. He doesn't have that voice yet. Like he's not there yet.
He was
So-
born with it.
So it's just
He came out at the womb. He's like, wah.
he's like, hi, I'm Frank. My big toe's been cut.
Hi guys.
You sound
I'm
like
Frank.
You sound like a Sesame Street failed character.
Hi, I'm Frank. All right, so this one will end with some funny.
All right, before
some
you,
funny
before
news.
you,
I
before you
mean-
end it, I want to do one.
Okay, you can do it.
Oklahoma
I'll
man.
allow it.
Oklahoma man pleads guilty in a Roland Capitol insurrection for stealing a beer out of the fridge.
For a what?
He stole a beer out of the fridge in the Capitol building and got caught on camera.
Damn it. I just wanted a beer.
Of all the things to get in trouble for,
Yeah, stealing a beer from the
That's all he
Capitol
wanted.
building.
Yeah,
Damn it.
beer from the refrigerator in the
What-
building.
what kind of beer?
What capital? What? I'm confused. Where'd you say what?
The storming of
No.
the Capitol?
The storming of the Capitol.
Okay.
But a kid from Oklahoma City, when he stormed, he was in part of the storming of the Capitol. He stole a beer out of the fridge.
I want to know what kind of beer. Like, was it worth it?
I don't think it says it.
God damn.
Was it like a Bush Light or something?
Probably like a Miller.
A Keystone?
I would say, well, what kind of beer do you think they keep in the Capitol building?
The champagne of beers, like a Miller.
They probably
Miller
would.
High Life, yeah.
Probably, I mean, yeah. If I saw one of those like high end beers, I'd be like, fuck
I'd take
yeah,
it
I'm
too,
taking
yeah.
Miller High Life is not
Yeah.
high-end beer.
Got
It's
caught
just
on
the champagne
camera,
of
baby.
Yeah,
beers.
it's a champagne of beers, but it costs just as much as every other beer.
Really is the champagne.
It's not really that great. Okay, so gorillas shock onlookers with oral sex show at Bronx Zoo.
Would you like to know more?
Turns out humans aren't the only ones who get down and dirty for sexual pleasure.
No. It's
A
been
pair
scientifically
of
proven.
frisky gorillas at the Bronx Zoo proved that when one was filmed performing oral sex on its partner in front of aghast zoogoers.
Aghast.
A clip of the NSFW scene is currently blowing up on social media, but animal experts report that it's all completely normal.
Blowjobs is normal, guys.
Yeah.
We don't know if it was a blowjob.
Oral sex?
That's true, we don't
there's
know.
Might
an-
have been eating that ass. Hey!
He might have been getting real down and dirty.
Imagine eating gorilla ass.
I mean, as a gorilla, it's probably fine.
Gorillas are probably like, can you imagine eating human ass?
They don't even have hair.
Yuck.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's so gross.
I would never put
Those humans are
those hairless apes are
disgusting.
so disgusting.
I figure that I just imagine that's how gorillas talk. Like they
Human.
to us we're like, oh, they sound like cavemen, but they're probably like, ew, that's so gross. I just want a banana, guys.
They're probably like, I think that's what they sound like.
in the direction of your finest banana establishment.
Can I have some bananas?
That's a chimpanzee.
That's
Oh
Toad.
yes, yeah.
That's Toad from Mario.
Speaking of Mario, have you
Oh.
seen that they're making a live
yeah,
action
with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, not
Chris
a live
Pratt.
action, but they're making a Mario movie with Chris
Oh, it's
Pratt.
not live action?
No.
I wish it was live
It's
action.
an animated movie.
If it was live action, it'd have to be
So,
a Day DeVito.
My favorite thing about this is that they have announced Jack Black as playing Bowser. Have you seen the Jack
Bowsette?
Black Bowsette memes?
Oh my God. I can only imagine.
I need you to post, like right now in this segment, you're going to need to post some Jack Black Bowsette pictures.
like, I want at least
Because
4
they're
up here.
fucking hilarious. I mean, they're all like fan drawn. I'm going to show you guys.
I love.
I can
Okay,
only
You should
imagine.
pull. I mean, you can't pull anything up, can you?
Nah,
Dang
it
it.
slows down everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's annoying. But my favorite thing is in the comment section when they revealed all this is why aren't we getting Italian voice actors? Blah blah blah. I'm like,
Let us have some fun. Come on.
first of all, I don't think Italians are getting mad that Americans are doing this,
Yeah, no.
Like,
absolutely not.
and they're like, why didn't you get the original voice actor for Mario? Well, he's actually he's actually going to be in the movie too, just
Oh,
not
nice.
voicing Mario. But if he's in the movie not voicing Mario, obviously he doesn't give a shit that Chris Pratt is voicing Mario.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
It just it's people just want to be offended by shit these days, and it's so
That's-
annoying.
everybody's got something to be offended
Yeah.
about.
It's like just chill the fuck
Just
out.
enjoy it. It's a children's movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be animated. Just enjoy
And
it.
Everyone that's pissed is an adult.
Now I could understand if it was like when they make live action anime movies and they whitewash every
Yeah.
character. I get some of the anger there, but you know they're getting ready to do Cowboy Bebop and fucking what's his name? Oh my god, from Harold and Kumar.
Harold?
Yeah, He's playing the main. He's playing Spike Spiegel and I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah. But so there's like, I can understand some outrage when it's like comes to animated to IRL, but like when they did,
but nobody was mad at the original Mario movie.
Exactly.
That
well, I mean,
was
it was
in New York.
It was John Leguizamo was Luigi, who is Italian, and was it John? Is it John Leguizamo? Is that his name?
Something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember how to pronounce it.
Yeah, he played the demon guy in Spawn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, the clown in Spawn.
The clown. That's
Yeah.
right.
I was trying to find the
But
Super Mario soundtrack from in Russia. I couldn't find it.
But it's like they've
It's
had
so funny.
adaptations of Mario being Italian and also being a New Yorker.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you? I mean, really?
he was, yeah. But that
Like-
movie's so far off, but it was still great. I love the 19.
But
whatever,
like, what
92
gets
Mario
me is
movie.
like, they're like, why do we need big name actors? This is one of the most famous games on the planet. Like, I'm like, okay, but that's how you get people that aren't Mario fans into the seats. You're trying to get people from everywhere, not just the game fans. You want to get the actors fans in there too.
Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, it's another big budget movie to make money.
Yeah, and I mean,
They're gonna pay big actors to bring big money because it's gonna justify making more money. It's money making money.
I really don't even have an interest to see it.
I really don't either.
So
But I also haven't had an interest to see a movie other than Dune in the past like 3 or 4 years.
yeah, I mean, I want to see the new Spider-Man movie.
I mean that too. Spider-Man's
and
been good.
I want to see the new Venom movie with Carnage. That should be-
I don't have like interest to go see it. I would watch it like at home, but I don't want to go to the movie theater. to see
You
it.
got Woody Harrelson as Butch Cassidy. It's gonna be good.
It's hard for me not to think of Woody Harrelson as the crossdresser in is it Mr. Deeds?
I don't know.
I think it's Mr. Deeds.
Let's find out.
Oh man,
You guys just keep talking.
You just keep talking. Well, I mean, I think that's probably a good time to go into my segue. So with October fully upon us now, and yeah, it's spooky season out, my guys. It's spooky season. The weather's gonna be great.
Hepatitis.
And us being from
Spooky.
spooky hepatitis. But
I'm scared.
But and we're being from the great state of Oklahoma. I mean,
Huzzah.
it's pretty cool at times. I like it.
Yeah.
Which is, kind of a melting pot of religious
Batshit crazy
beliefs
shit.
and spiritual beliefs through all of the tribes that are out here.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to go in the direction of some spooky stuff.
Spooky, yeah.
So I want to talk about
Scary.
some Oklahoma cryptids throughout October, just
Gingivitis.
because I think they're great. They're a little bit spooky. And, at the end of the day, you can think what you want about them. It might be just fiction, but it's interesting stuff to think because at the end of the day, as long as we just go, what if?
Does it make your existence like a little bit more exciting?
Yeah,
Then just go with
Yeah,
it.
like
Yeah.
if we just go, what if? Then all of this makes a lot more cool sense. So I
That's
want
how they get you into Scientology.
exactly.
If you just
really, and you got to pay
If you just
$1,200
question
a
your
month to buy the
existence.
next class, and then you get to get the next class, which is
listen,
another $1,200.
just think what if.
Just think what if. But
Give me money.
So I wanted to start kind of small since this is the first week doing anything like this, and we're gonna go with the Oklahoma Octopus.
Oklahoma
Now,
Octopus.
I don't know if you all at home are aware of what a cryptid is, but it's just kind of like something like a made up monster, like
An alleged
Bigfoot.
mythological
Yeah.
beast.
There you go. Exactly like that. And we're going to go with a lesser known of the Oklahoma cryptids just to get our feet wet, both literally and metaphorically.
My feet are wet.
That's because you got sweaty feet.
Yeah, I'm moister than an oyster right now.
And you got the Crocs on, man. Did you
I
learn
do.
anything from the gorilla story?
I mean, as long as there's not a knife around me, I think I'm good. Yeah, put it away.
Put it away. So this week I want to talk about the Oklahoma Octopus. And the Oklahoma Octopus is a cryptid that is generally said to inhabit freshwater man-made lakes in Oklahoma. The main 3 lakes that it inhabits are Lake Thunderbird, Lake Oologah, and Lake Ten Killer. These are also 3 of the lakes with the highest death tolls in the state of Oklahoma. And a lot of deaths in these lakes go unsolved, like bodies just aren't found. So you kind of give it a little bit of mysticism when you
We
think,
found suction
where'd those
cup marks
bodies-
on the lakes.
We'll get to that.
Dun dun.
So a little bit of explanation. The Oklahoma octopus is most likely a cephalopod, more specifically an octopus, as the name implies. It's been described to being about the size of a horse. Yeah, that's big.
That's a big.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
big for an octopus?
What?
Is that big for an octopus?
Yeah, no, that's, I mean,
I guess not in like.
yes, but also there's some shit out there that is big, like huge octopuses,
giant
like
squid.
200-pound octopuses that are real, but like this, you know, about the average sighting size of it, they say it's about the size of a horse, and it's got like a reddish brown leathery skin.
Okay.
And I know you're thinking octopuses
Aren't leathery.
yeah, not leathery, but they also are not a freshwater dwelling animal. And if we use our big brains,
We got sharks.
yeah, there's quite a few different sharks, specifically like the species of requiem sharks. They live in freshwater environments.
Requiem
exclusively.
sharks?
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
live
don't
in
know
like
what that is.
freshwater exclusively.
Mm.
And then that's like in the Ganges
Interesting.
River and stuff like that. But then you have like bull sharks and reef sharks have been seen in
Mhm.
rivers. You also have
Like Mississippi. Like,
yeah. You also have
Mississippi River bull
salmon
sharks.
that's, you know, spawn in rivers, go out to the ocean, come back. Several different instances of jellyfish that are freshwater jellyfish.
Fucking cunts.
Yeah, really weird, right? But
Cunty
the one
fish.
that kind of really, if you think about it this way, it kind of makes it like, oh man, this is spooky. In Lake Conway in Faulkner County, Arkansas, less than like 6 hours away from here, there has been a common octopus retrieved from the lake, a living common octopus retrieved from the lake.
Interesting.
So
I think they'd be insulted to be called common when they're in Oklahoma.
it's just the breed of octopus, like a common.
Fuck you mean I'm common?
I am uncommon. But so the other thing is, Oklahoma used to be under the ocean. This whole area was submerged. Like
Yeah.
that's part of it. It's
I mean, look at the Grand Canyon and shit.
but also the lakes are man-made lakes, and they're all less than 75 years old. So it's kind
Yeah.
of
Or what's the life expectancy of an octopus?
what's the life expectancy of the Oklahoma octopus? That's what we don't know. Maybe it spawns. Maybe there have been several sightings.
Maybe there's
of
more
it.
than one.
Oh
But
my
there's
god,
no-
they clone.
Yeah, they might clone.
They're asexual.
I mean, with it being spotted in 3 different lakes that are several miles apart, each of them. I mean, maybe there is, you know, a family or something. A
I've
genus of
heard
them.
rumors of there being underwater
currents, underwater.
No, I mean like
under-
tunnels that go that can go from that
Mhm.
span
there's probably
a good portion of that area.
How about that? I haven't put much thought into that, but yes.
God, give me more reason to not want to swim in there.
I mean, you shouldn't want to swim in
Jesus
Hulaga Lake
No.
anyways. It's pretty gross, but it's
Gross.
also the
Well, I
closest lake
live
that's
on
nice.
it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Their diet is, you know, specifically similar to marine octopus. You know, it's going to eat whatever it can. But these things being
Purposely
seen
dickheads.
the size of a horse, it's not hard to think that it can't snag a person from
Right,
under,
yeah.
and then that's it. And the one it has enough of a following. I think it's on Netflix. It was on like a cable TV show a long time ago. It's called Lost Tapes, and it was kind of like what the show was a cryptozoology show, and they gave like reenactments of fictional like stories that are not fictional, but like of tellings of cryptids.
Mhm.
And one of them was of the Oklahoma octopus, and it's like one of the instances at Tin Killer Lake where a family was unloading their boat. 3 of the kids got pulled underwater, and they just kind of were gone, and that was it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to think about it rationally, like how we all really do at the end of the day, it's more common than not that the Oklahoma octopus doesn't exist.
There's
And it's-
there is a possibility that someone did release like a male and female
no,
octopus.
there's
And
a
there might be a
possibility of
couple
that.
octopus.
But for the rational reason, it's probably safe to say that these are some drunk good old boys at the lake that fell off the lake. Or maybe there was a quarrelsome tryst between 2 lovers, and they got hit in the head with an oar, and you just be like, oh, He disappeared.
It was the Oklahoma Octopus.
It was the Oklahoma Octopus.
And also, if you think about it scientifically, like an octopus of that size, was it eating on?
Mhm.
Like you'd have to eat some pretty big catfish.
Oh yeah,
in
and I mean,
order
but there
for it to
are some
sustain-
big. Fucking
There's some big
catfish.
fat
catfish down- yeah.
but to sustain like an animal that big.
That's the thing, though. There are some like 90, 100-pound catfish in Ulaga Lake.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you
That's
also
because nothing's eating them.
then you, well
Except
then you
the
also got
octopus.
the giant
Except the
spoonbill
octopus.
down there.
there's some big.
There's big spoon.
I think if it was now realistically the size of Ulaga Lake, I think it could contain. Well, I mean, at least I'd say 2 to 3 of these giant octopus.
Oh, yeah.
that's
That's
fair,
the
yeah.
size. I'm not saying like a huge amount, but if there was a huge amount, then it would be more seen. There would be more
Yeah.
visual
Yeah, it would have
evidence.
to have a low spawn rate.
Yeah. So
if it
with
was
these, so, and I mean that's the other thing is maybe they kill each other off.
True, maybe they
competition.
eat their babies.
Yeah, like it's. I mean, nature kind of has a way of knowing what it can
So
sustain. in
what's
an
OP
environment.
and what isn't?
Nature finds a way.
Nature finds a way. But you know, this is one thing for the sake of thinking about it. I do like to believe that there might be a Oklahoma octopus out there. Maybe for the sake of spooking my friends a little bit more, but it also makes my creepy little heart just a little bit happier knowing that
love
there's another
cryptids.
monster out there.
It's entirely possible.
It's very, like I said, it's not 100% impossible.
No.
It would be unscientific to say there is no Oklahoma octopus.
Because there's a lot of weird things that like are clearly a biological failure.
Mhm.
That's what I like when we had the conversation before of like there is no rule to nature really. Nature kind of just tests everything.
Exactly.
And
if it
sometimes
works, it works.
failures live
Yeah, for a long fucking time.
for a long time.
They
Sometimes
just hide
yeah.
out in a cave and
Yeah.
they just regrate in that cave for a long fucking time.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things we don't know about nature, and that's just because nature hasn't tried it yet.
Mhm.
Nature can try something that you're just like, what the fuck, nature?
Mhm.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is your caution to swimming in the lake.
Yeah, just stay out of Ulaga, Tin Killer, and Thunderbird. You're fine.
Might grab you by the dick and pull you down.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh, hey-oh.
No, I mean, but yeah, you know, this is just getting our feet wet in the Oklahoma cryptids. I got a couple of other ideas lined out for us to seal the deal for Spooktober, if you will. Just and you know,
I'm so excited. I love cryptids.
oh, they're
I
so
love
it's-
creepy stuff.
It's good.
I don't necessarily like the parts of like them trying to like really prove it, like really
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to sell you.
Just
I just want to know about it. Like, just tell me weird shit about it. I
mean,
just want to
it's
sit there and like have my skin crawl while
Yeah.
I'm watching. I'm like,
I can
yay.
sit here and like read SCP stuff off for hours.
Yes.
That would
Oh
be
my
so
god,
fun.
SCP stuff.
Have you ever?
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've gone through like a good like 100 of them. Just like yes.
It's a very interesting like
There's some that are so
creepy
stupid.
pasta stuff. I just love creepy pasta.
Like there's a dispenser where like it gives
I
you
just love
anything you
pasta.
want from the dispenser.
Hey, he's a carb man. But yeah,
There's probably a creepy pasta of pasta.
I know.
Sure.
I'm willing to bet there is. I mean, look at what is the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. I mean, it's
Don't insult my church.
don't insult my religion.
And don't you insult my God.
Where's your colander?
Hmm?
Yeah,
I don't take my car.
yeah. Don't tell me you're a true practitioner if you don't have your colander on. I don't have mine on.
That's fair.
Anyways,
My
Anyway.
strainer's still at home. I'm sorry.
thanks for tuning in again, guys. Make sure you follow us, or actually, first of all, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit that little bell at the top.
Ding, 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 ding.
For our YouTubers.
For our YouTubers, get notified. And hey, no, actually, there's a bell on Spotify
There
too.
is.
Bell on Spotify.
Yeah, so hit that.
Follow us.
Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you're there when each new episode drops.
And share our Spotify. I want to see that little green arrow pointing up saying most shared.
Most.
Most
Shared.
Most.
And of course, follow us on all social media. Absurdity69. That's on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And
Patreon.
Patreon, Absurdity Podcast. Thank you.
Mhm.
I was gonna
Content
do
will-
something to
We will have
end
content on
this.
there soon.
Don't take any wooden nickels.
Don't take a Bowie knife to the foot.
Yeah. I was gonna
Don't
do
eat
something and I
gorillas.
forgot.
You forgot. Apparently, it wasn't good enough. Don't drag this out any longer than
Gosh
it needs to
darn
be.
it.
Don't eat
Sheesh.
gorillas.
Anyways, toodaloo.
Toodles.
Bye.